Can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it goes out. Won't ever leave my memory of bloodshed all around. And I can see a tear on my father's face before it falls out. Oh, my enemy, how could I have ever let you down? When all these trees saw us grow, cut our teeth and make our bones right here. We play with shields made of stone, share our dreams and sit our thrones. Be still, 'cause I see smoke up ahead and I got steel in my hands. Return like warriors, I swear that we'll find glory up ahead. Tell me, where is my home?
Just pause it there for a second for fair use and all that. It's interesting, isn't it, that once you've contextualized the song in your mind, it's all that you can see. Now, all I can think of and picture is the last scene from episode 3 and imagining Powder singing this. And I know that the soundtrack was written specifically for the episodes and what it relates to, but even though that's the case, and that's obviously what the artists and the producers and that want you to think of, like, that's what comes up, isn't it, naturally? But it does make me wonder what I would have thought if I hadn't seen the series. What would have been coming up for me in that case? Because it's such her voice is so hauntingly beautiful, isn't it? It's got such a lovely quality, but I'm trying to think of what that quality is. It's very what's the word? It kind of draws you in, and it makes you, I guess, empathize in some way with her, even though you don't really, if you didn't know the situation that this was about, there would still be, I think, that kind of empathetic quality to it. I'm interested in some of these lyrics and standing out straight away. There's stuff about fathers and bloodshed and breathing, but let's save that till the end because I don't want to pause it for too long and kind of lose the flow. Let's go up to here.
'Cause I see smoke up ahead and I got steel in my hands. Return like warriors, I swear that we'll find glory up ahead. Tell me, where is my home?
Oh, that's
I don't
beautiful.
recognize the faces anymore. No, where is my friend? The one I've known since I was only just a kid.
That kind of backing vocal as well. Stunning.
It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.
Sounds so sad.
Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.
I feel it growing.
It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Is it time to say goodbye?
Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? It's almost as if her voice has changed, almost from a child's voice to something more mature. Like, she isn't just saying goodbye to Vanda or to her friends or to Vi, but also goodbye to herself because she knows she's never going to be the same again. And obviously we see a very different version of her in 4. So it's like, goodbye, child me, I need to change. I'm going to change because of what's happened. You can kind of hear that in this vocal change here. Let's just go back a bit.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Let's feel it build up again. It's like building up into change. It's like growing.
Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Oh, is it time to say goodbye? Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.
It's interesting, isn't it, that that last part, it's time to say goodbye, is looped over and drawn out so much. I wonder if that's done on purpose. I wonder if it's like, I don't want to say goodbye. It's like this drawn out goodbye. I don't really want to say goodbye to everything that I know or people that I've known or to myself, but I kind of have to. It's going to happen because of the events that have unfolded. It's going to happen. I have to say goodbye to that part of me. But there's a part of me that wants to stay. So it's kind of like this drawn out goodbye. That's what comes up for me anyway. It's interesting how why that bit goes on for a decent length of time of the track. So let's take a look. So there's a few things that immediately stood out in terms of the lyrics. So I can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it calls out. And I know in my episode 3 reaction, I spoke of hearing Vanda's heartbeat slowing and stopping. And I also actually noticed when I edited my episode 4 reaction for YouTube, that when I can't think of his name, I don't even know if I know his name, but the big guy, one of Silco's fighters, when he's in the cellar, like the cellar of that kind of airship or whatever it is, and he's being questioned by Kate, you can hear his heartbeat in the background there as well. So maybe that's something that's a theme throughout the series, perhaps, of this hearing people's heartbeats. I'm going to look out for that a bit more. That's quite interesting. And then there's this line about seeing a tear on her father's face. Her father's face. I wonder if that means her dad, who we saw on the bridge in the opening scene, lying next to Mum, or whether it's a reference to Vanda, whose body kind of lays before her at the end of 3. I'm not going to pick these lyrics apart too much or try to analyze them. I just want to kind of just get an immediate sense on what's going on through my mind. If you guys leave comments and that, then I will reflect on them and see if that kind of changes my perspective at all and get back to you. And then, oh, my enemy, how could I have ever let you down? Now, having seen episode 4, is this a reference to Silco, who may have been portrayed and seen as some by an enemy, as an enemy? Note I say portrayed there. I'm trying to be a little bit cautious with those words because Silco's actions are quite understandable. You know, they make sense from his perspective and within his context. And I'm trying to think of Powder's perspective of Silco, because I made a guess and a bit of an assumption that she knows him from the past through Silco's connection with Vander, because they obviously knew each other when they were younger. Powder knew Vander when he was younger, so therefore Powder probably knows Silco. But I'm not sure how much of the scene that Powder took in, the scene where she throws the monkey bomb, and whether she sees Silco at that time as a bit of an enemy, whether I can't remember, thinking back now, whether she's aware that that's what's happened, that Silco has taken Vander. Because I remember there was the scene where Vi comes down the stairs and says they've taken Vander, but I'm not sure if Powder had worked out that they meant Silco. So I can't think of her perspective right now. And then later in episode 4, so the episode after this track, we see more of Powder, who's now turned into Jinx, and how her relationship with Silco develops in terms of her trying to please him. I've lost my place where that line is. I can see a tear on my father's face, but oh my enemy, how could I have ever let you down? So she certainly in 4 doesn't look like she wants to let him down. So that seems to fit there, I think. When all these trees saw us grow, cut our teeth and make our bones right here, seems to be referring to something about kind of growing and changing over time. And that seems to fit with the next lines of playing, how children play and kind of play fighting, or maybe it was actually real kind of practice in their mind, I'm not sure, and kind of having dreams. And then we have this line about returning like warriors, and that again kind of speaks to me about that difference between how we view, especially Jinx, between episodes 3 and 4. You know, they've certainly grown in terms of their kind of fighting skill set. And then we have Where Is My Home? And that, again, is that referring to Powder feeling like she never fits in? Always being told she's going to get in the way, or she's not needed, or she might screw up, or it's too dangerous for her to join in with the others. You know, from her perspective, where does she fit in? And then later we see again from Powder's perspective that rejection from Vi at the end of 3. I know Vi isn't rejecting her because she looks like she's going to go and cool down, but from Powder's perspective, it looks like she's being rejected. So, you know, where is my friend, the one I've known since I was only just a kid? And then we have this long section that repeats of goodbye, which I mentioned earlier, you know, potentially about saying goodbye to everyone that's gone, everyone she's leaving behind, but also herself, because she knows that after what's happened, she knows that she will change and be a different person as a result. It's inevitable. What a great track. If I'd heard that track out of context, a bit like I did with the Stromae track and the line, it would have had such a completely different meaning to me. But now I've seen the episode that it was in, and I have more of a connection with the characters, then this is now how I view it. It's interesting how just a bit of context makes all the difference. Okay, so this channel is now called Connection Through Reaction. So if this connected with you anyway, if this music, if the lyrics, if just kind of what it brought up for you connected with you in any way, then please let us know in the comments. Share our experience. So there we go. That was Goodbye by Ramsey. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.